Okay, guys, here we go again. Happy as can be. All good friends and jolly good company. Lost a couple of subscribers last night. Two. They didn't like my video about Tommy Robinson. Oh well, that's the price you pay. I'll probably get a few more likes now because those who know the truth about Tommy Robinson will rally round and subscribe. There was one interesting comment where the commenter said that if it wasn't for Tommy Robinson, I wouldn't even know about the grooming gangs. If you're watching, my friend, I'd like to point out to you that I was writing about the grooming gangs in 2007. If you were a regular follower of this channel, you would have known that, but you're not. No, don't teach your granny how to suck eggs, my friend. Oh, and regarding attacks on me, either from other channels, threatening to expose me as being a Zionist, you know who you are, Gandalf. Yeah? I don't respond well to threats. I come back and I come back harder. I advise you to drop it. I also know what you're doing. Right. Before we get on to the main thread of this article, let's have a look at a little bit of news that Rupert Lowe has been involved in. Okay. I thought I'd go and see what the Times of India had to say about Rupert. Let's have a listen, shall we?
From UK, sickening new details are emerging from UK grooming gang hearings. Harrowing testimony points to years of systemic failure where vulnerable girls were abused while warnings from parents went unheard. Witnesses at the inquiry say fears about community tensions and accusations of racism may have delayed decisive action by the authorities. There are also claims that in some cases, girls were left in dangerous situations with the rapists despite desperate pleas from their families. Questions are now being raised about how this was allowed to continue for so long and who must be held accountable. Critics, including Rupert Lowe, who is part of the probe process, says that police leaders and public officials who fail to act should face serious consequences. Pressure is now mounting on the government led by Keir Starmer to ensure a full probe and accountability through an independent national probe. Survivors and families are asking, how did this happen and why did it take so long to confront? So that is the breaking news from UK. It's a shocking news. Sickening new details have emerged from the UK grooming gang hearings.
For decades, organised grooming and rape gangs operated in plain sight. Vulnerable girls, white working class girls, were targeted, trafficked, raped, brutalised, and even killed. Many were children. Many were in care. Many had already been failed by the state before the abuse even began. We must be honest about who has been responsible. This was done primarily by gangs of savage Muslim men.
Yeah, well, we've all seen that speech, or we should have. It's on YouTube if you want to go and look at it. I bet India's loving this. They're no friends of the Muslims, are they? They don't like Pakistan. They don't like Bangladesh. Can't say I blame them. But let's have a look at this. because, you know, talk about the pot calling the kettle black. India, did you think you were safe? When I moved to India for work, I found that rape was a feature of the country as deeply embedded as caste. Surprising how many rapes go on in India every day. Hundreds, maybe thousands. Yeah, it's big in India. Gang rapes as well. I mean, we're a lone woman on a bus can be raped by all the other passengers, and that's not not a rare occurrence. Just reading again about another sole woman traveller visiting India on her own, Israeli. Yeah, she found how safe it was to travel on her own. She was raped. Yeah, so India calling attacking the Muslims is a bit like calling the pot calling the kettle black. What else is Rupert talking about? Well, he's talking about something that really appeals to me. Rupert Lowe calls to scrap the Senate expansion. I think this is fabulous news. To be honest, most of us in Wales would like to see the Senate abolished completely. I would. Wow, I know Richard Taylor would, because he campaigned against it, as did I. I remember how it came into existence. Talk about ballot rigging. Yeah, that should be investigated. I did a big article on it once, how the Welsh people were stitched up, yeah, to get the Welsh Assembly. They call it Senate, they can call it a tin of beans as far as I'm concerned. I doubt if anybody in Wales even knows the name of their Assembly member. Senate member. Former Reform UK MP Rupert Lowe, leader of the Restore Britain movement, hooray, has repeated calls for the Senate to be scrapped, arguing that plans to expand the Welsh Parliament represent an unnecessary and costly burden on tax. Yeah. Seats soaring from 60 to 96, yeah. Another 36 Senate members in Wales. We've got the most politicians per capita. Yeah. It's just more jobs for the boys. Yeah. None of them do anything. Anyhow, what's this? Vast number of Welsh patriots want the Senate abolished. I entirely agree. Let's see what that's about. Oh, it's over on X. A vast number of Welsh patriots want the Senate abolished. I entirely agree. Seats soaring. Yeah. That's Rupert Lowe. Well, I'd better like that. And I guess I'd better share it, didn't I? Okay, I've done that. Notification. Oh yeah, I'm getting quite a few likes. It should be the duty of every true British person to make the UK white again. This was in a response to some crazy Welsh woman saying that got to make Wales more diverse. Anyhow, that's the news I wanted to show you about Rupert. Now I want to talk about Rupert. Bear with me while I flick the screens again. Okay, now I haven't got a script for this, but I do have some notes that I can refer to, so I don't forget to mention the points I've jotted down. So I'm not defending anyone here, and I'm not attacking anyone. Well, I might a bit. It's more about principle, criticism of a person for what they might do or might not do. What do we know about Rupert so far? What has he done? Well, we know what he's done. It's all over the internet. I just showed you it being reported in India. The grooming gang failures. How we pointed out how the authorities ignored warnings and the victims were failed. And the victim reports coming in are truly, truly horrific. If you haven't got a strong stomach, don't listen or don't read them. Just accept Rupert's word. So his independent inquiry now is putting pressure for the truth to come out. Rupert Lowe is doing a brilliant job. So whether he's got time to go to the toilet, let alone start a new political party. Anyhow, then there was the Senate expansion. I showed you that, didn't I? Said it was too costly, unnecessary, out of touch. Those are real accomplishments, real things that Rupert has done. So what hasn't Rupert done that's upsetting people? I watched one video last night, made me laugh. At least when I get drunk, which actually is not that often. I don't like being drunk. The one time I did get drunk on, what did I do? I didn't go off on a mad rant. And I did drink the whole bottle, not a third of it. No, I just played silly love songs. I enjoyed that night. I wouldn't mind doing it again, but oh no, the hangover was just too much. No. Anyhow, what are people complaining about? Well, they're complaining about he hasn't joined Advance UK. I'd like him to, but I'm not going to shed any tears if he doesn't. Yeah. I mean, shall I complain about my neighbours because they haven't joined Advance UK? Of course not. It's up to each individual to join any party or start any party they like. They say he hasn't endorsed any party. I somehow thought from the recent speeches or talks he's given, he was very favourable towards Ben Habib. And then this is talk of a new political party. You know, what are we to make of that? It's his right, yeah? What is behind these criticisms? He's been attacked, isn't he? He's been attacked for staying independent. And he's been attacked for something he may do, a new political party, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Criticism, fear of him starting a new party. Now that's what prompted me to make this video. It's the hypocrisy. The reaction to Advance UK, the vote splitting, fragmentation, helping the establishment. It's the same arguments, just a different target. Principles shouldn't change. Splitting the vote is what Reform said about Advance UK. We don't need a new political party, they said when Ben Habib announced the launch of Advance UK. It'll split the vote. Yeah? Now, people in Advance UK are saying to Rupert, we don't need another political party. It will split the vote. Do you not see the hypocrisy in what he's saying? Freedom of choice. That's what I got written down, yeah? Nobody owes a party loyalty. Nobody owes endorsement. Independence isn't a betrayal. Movements don't own people. People choose movements. I'm a member of the Restore Britain movement and still a member of Advance UK. Yeah. Internal conflicts. That's something else I wrote down. opposition movements turn inwards and they attack potential allies. And I've seen that last night. When it comes to snide comments, I'm an expert at it. Attacking potential allies. Police loyalty instead of ideas. History shows this never ends well. Only the establishment benefits. So, my final thoughts. Rupert may join, he may not. He may start something new. Judge his actions, not the rumours. You know, it's the hypocrisy I don't like. The only thing I can see that they're thinking about when we talk about Rupert starting a new political party, well, he's already started one, hasn't he? The Great Yarmouth Party. How that could be a threat to advance UK in the future is this, I see it. If the idea takes off that every constituency has an individual independent MP, yeah, I could see how that might be of concern to all political parties. Because if the people break free of political parties, that is a threat, isn't it? Yeah? So I could see that argument. But as a concept, I think it's a brilliant idea. Now, my position, I'm going to nail my colours to the mast. I support Rupert Lowe and his Restore Britain movement, and I support Ben Habib and Advance UK. Finally, comments. Yeah, the more videos we get, the more comments come in and from older videos, and it's getting really difficult for me to stay on top of them. You'll know when I've read a comment, I'll always leave a red heart by it. When it comes to replies in comments, I don't see those. So I literally have to go through all the videos and the comments to see if there's any I haven't responded to. If I miss anyone, I apologise. I will try to read and reply to everyone, but I may not be able to do that. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to pause a second while I think to see if there's anything else. Yeah, let's have a look at our channel. 1,864. Oh, I've regained the 2 subscriptions I lost earlier this morning. How are we doing? Well, we're doing okay. I've now started making short videos. I think I'll put up 2 to 3 a week. Nothing serious. YouTube emailed me and asked if I wanted to monetize them. Apparently some people like to watch them. I think I've now got 3 up. Yeah. So I thought, yeah, I'll monetize them. Why not? But I'm only going to put them up to point people to this channel. So let's have a look at it. I think the main thing is the subscriptions. Well, they're creeping up slowly. I did have a look. I think it's going to be the year 2031 or 2032 before I'm a big channel. I think I'll be rotting in a dustbin somewhere by then. Anyhow, let's have a look at revenue, is there? Analytics. Here we go. In the last 28 days, yeah, last 28 days we brought in £50.95. So let's have a look from the start, October the 15th. Wow, time goes quick, doesn't it? £66.44. Okay, and we said that when we reach 100, we'll decide who to donate it to. Either the boys in France or the Save the Colours guys. I don't know. Or perhaps we use it to buy some software for our channel, because I've been working on our Patriot Hub, and I've realised the software I'm using isn't just up to it. So perhaps we use the money to buy some decent software. I don't know. We'll talk about it when we get to £100. Okay then, guys. I think that's all I've got for you. You've been listening to Paul Morris, The Green Arrow. Like, subscribe, share. How I get subscriptions is it works this way. If you like something, they show it to more people who haven't seen it before, which means then there's a chance of them subscribing. It's like one big Ponzi scheme, isn't it? Okay, guys, see you on the next one.